Welcome back, everybody, at 5 to 6 in the morning. Today is the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, and Austin Energy seems to be making the most of it today, completing a big new solar project just in time. Paul Martinez is the project manager for Austin Energy's municipal solar program. And Paul, thanks for coming in. You're here to talk about a really exciting new project that is being launched a little later this morning, officially, over at one of the museums in town. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it was a grant that we received from the State Energy Conservation Office. They gave us $363,000. We provided the match funds and the remaining funds to cover the system. It's 105 kW at the Carver Museum and Library. It's a really neat array. It's one of the largest, broken down by the site. It's the largest library that we've done, and also the largest system that we've done on a Parks and Recs museum. So you got Parks and Recs facility.
So the solar array is in place there, and this is the one, again, just to confirm, the George Washington Carver Museum and Library. It's not a huge facility, but this is going to be generating 105 kilowatts. 105
kW. It'll be about 14% of their consumption for the year. About $14,000 of operating cost reduction for the two sites.
A big savings, obviously.
A big savings.
Austin Energy has obviously other projects. I think since about 2004, when the rebate program was introduced in the city, you've got about, what, 7 megawatts worth of energy being produced by the sun right now.
7 megawatts for rebated systems. We have almost a megawatt of just municipal sites. We have over a megawatt planned right now.
Which is 1,000,000 watts.
That's 1,000,000 watts.
Which powers a lot of homes and businesses,
That's
obviously.
yeah.
You know, moving forward, I mean, we look at this on the museum. There are other commercial and private buildings, obviously, that are starting to get into the solar mood.
That's for sure. The rebate, the PBI, the commercial rebate, it's ramping up as well. They just raised the cap on that. It's going really well for that one.
You know, a lot of people, though, think, how do I get a solar array on my house? It still seems cost prohibitive in a lot of senses. Yes, there are rebates, but are they moving quickly enough? A lot of people say maybe not.
You know, the only reason the rebate had to drop is because the prices have been going so low for solar installations. They are really dropping fast.
And you're pointing out, like, a 3x5 solar array would get 5 years ago, how many watts?
Yeah, about 3.5 years ago or 5 years ago, something like that. Only 123 watts. Those are some of the first modules that we put up. Now, from a similar size module, we'll get 240 watts. They've come a long way with the efficiencies, and the warranties are way up there as well.
And we'd like to think Austin is kind of leading the way. I know the city is planning to revisit its generation policy later in this year, this fall. Where does solar figure into that?
They will be doing the financial and feasibility studies. The current plan calls for 200 megawatts. That's, you know, what we'll be planning on for that, just making sure that it's financially feasible and everything like that. Of course, Austin has way more potential than the city even uses from a feasibility, solar feasibility study.
So 200 megawatts, and is that doable?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, the next 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years. It'd be more projects like the Weberville types mixed in with projects like my kinds of projects and the rebated kinds of projects.
And you mentioned Weberville. You've got a generation facility out east of town.
That's correct.
That produces how much again?
30 megawatts.
Right. All right, interesting. Paul Martinez from Austin Energy, good luck with this. It's exciting to see some of our downtown buildings taking advantage of solar power.
Thank you. It's a very cool project.
Yeah, it definitely is. We'll look forward to seeing it probably on our noon show as well. Thanks for coming in.
Cool. No problem. Thanks a lot.